Hello and welcome. I am Pranay Upadhyay and you are watching Namaste World, your daily window into the biggest stories shaping India and the world. We begin in Asia, where China's lightning-fast space rescue raises question about NASA's slower and troubled response. Back in America, Michelle Obama's new photoshoot sparks intense online speculation over her slimmer appearance. In East Africa, Ethiopia's Hayli Gubbi volcano erupted for the first time in 12,000 years, causing air transport delays across India and parts of Asia. But the biggest news of the day: concerns are escalating in Pakistan as Imran Khan's family is denied access for a 22nd consecutive day, raising serious health concerns about Imran Khan. All that and more. Global flashpoints, power plays, and the stories that matter in this edition of Namaste World. Tension is boiling and rumors are flying in Pakistan over the health and whereabouts of former Prime Minister Imran Khan. Despite Islamabad High Court orders for weekly access, Khan's three sisters, Alima, Noreen, and Dr. Uzma, were blocked from meeting him in Adiala Jail yesterday. This marks the 22nd straight day with no family or lawyer contact, over 3 weeks of silence. The denial sparked a second straight week of fiery protests outside jail, where the supporters clashed with the riot police. Alima Khan accused authorities of defying court ruling, speculating her brother may have been secretly shifted. Khan, jailed since 2023 on multiple charges, has faced prior health scares like rising blood sugar and irregular heartbeats. But still, there is no official word from the Pakistani authorities about Imran Khan or his whereabouts. In space, even a split second can decide life or death, and China has just proved how speed can save astronauts. When a micrometeoroid crippled its Shenzhou 20 return craft, Beijing pulled off a rapid 9-day rescue that stunned the world. With NASA still untangling delays, has China now set a new standard for spaceflight safety? Here is a report by Farhan Khan.
In space, timing isn't just important, it's everything. A slight delay, a minor crack, a tiny miscalculation can change the fate of astronauts. And this week, China showed just how far agility and rapid decision-making can go. China's Shenzhou 20 mission was launched on 24 April 2025, carrying 3 Chinese astronauts to the Tiangong space station. Their return was scheduled for November 5th, but space had other plans. A micrometeoroid struck the return craft, damaging it badly enough that it could no longer bring them home. Suddenly, the crew was stranded, with no ride back. The 3 astronauts ended up spending 204 days in orbit, the longest space mission ever for China. Rather than wait months or redesign an entirely new return strategy, China acted fast. On 31st October, the Shenzhou 21 mission arrived at Tiangong with a fresh crew. And on 14th November, the stranded Shenzhou 20 astronauts boarded that docked spacecraft and returned safely to Earth. Total rescue time: just 9 days from their originally scheduled return date. And China wasn't done. A few days later, it launched Shenzhou 22, empty, so the newly arrived Shenzhou 21 crew would have a secure return capsule when their mission ends. This was China's message to the world. In space, speed matters, and Beijing can move very, very quickly.
乘坐神舟21号飞船回家，很踏实。人类探索太空的道路并不平坦，充满了困难与挑战。这也是我们为什么要走这条路。我觉得这次任务是一次锻炼，更是一次考验。很自豪，我们圆满完成了任务。中国航天经受住了考验，工程权限呢也交出了一份出色的答卷。
Contrast that with what happened to NASA. In June 2024, astronauts Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore launched aboard Boeing Starliner for what was supposed to be an 8-day test mission, but the vehicle quickly developed thruster failures and multiple helium leaks, making it too risky to fly back. NASA had no choice but to bring Starliner back empty in September. Williams and Wilmore remained on the ISS, unintentionally becoming long-term residents. NASA's plan was to bring them home aboard SpaceX Crew Dragon, but they couldn't leave immediately. Their departure would have dropped the ISS crew below the minimum number needed to safely operate the station. So, they had to wait for the next mission, Crew 10, to arrive in March 2025. Williams and Wilmore finally returned after 286 long days in space. There are three big reasons China could act so quickly. Tiangong is smaller. It can't comfortably house 6 astronauts for long, making a fast rescue essential. A single chain of command. China's space program doesn't need to coordinate with multiple countries or agencies. Decisions are made centrally and instantly. No dependence on partners. Unlike the ISS, which had to juggle international schedules and docking ports, China controls its entire station and fleet. China's rapid rescue has underscored how speed and coordination can redefine human spaceflight safety. As NASA re-evaluates its commercial partnerships, Beijing has shown that in the race for operational efficiency in orbit, it currently holds a clear edge. With Imran Khan, Bureau Report, India Today Global.
Michelle Obama's new photo shoot was meant to celebrate women, but the internet had other plans. Her noticeably slimmer appearance instantly triggered a wave of wild speculations, with social media obsessing over Ozempic instead of her message. As online chatter drowns out facts and context, are we witnessing a culture far too eager to police women's bodies? Here is a report by Rishika Radhya.
Michelle Obama's latest photo shoot was meant to celebrate women. Instead, it ignited the internet. The former First Lady appeared noticeably slimmer in a behind-the-scenes shoot captured by legendary photographer Annie Leibovitz. And instantly, social media went into meltdown mode. Instagram clips show Michelle in a simple grey t-shirt, jeans and suit boots, radiating ease and confidence. By the comment sections, a raging storm of speculation. Suddenly, nobody was talking about her Project Woman. They were talking about Ozempic. Online commentators quickly spiraled into theories suggesting everything from secret weight loss shortcuts to the idea that medication today is simply more convenient than traditional fitness routines. Others insisted that celebrities have easier access to drugs like Ozempic, while some predicted harsh consequences for long-term use. And just like that, Michelle Obama, a long-time advocate of fitness and healthy living, found herself at the center of a controversy she never invited. There is no evidence she uses Ozempic, yet this speculation drowned out everything else. Much of the noise also ignores something Obama has openly discussed: menopause. In a candid 2022 interview with People, she described the slow creep of weight changes in her 60s, a frank acknowledgement of how hormonal shifts shape the body, even for women who stay active. But nuance rarely survives on social media, especially when Ozempic hysteria enters the chat. And that hysteria is real. Ozempic, a drug designed for type 2 diabetes, has become a viral phenomenon thanks to its active ingredient, semaglutide, a compound that reduces appetite and aids weight loss. It's medically regulated, but online it's treated like a magic wand. As celebrities slim down, whether through training, aging, illness, or lifestyle changes, the internet slaps the same label on them: Ozempic. Michelle Obama is simply the latest target of this cultural fixation. A photo shoot meant to highlight women's stories has instead highlighted something else: a digital world obsessed with policing bodies, demanding explanations, and turning speculation into headlines. With Rishika Radhya, Bureau Report, India Today Global.
Imagine waking up to cancelled flights, hazy skies, and sudden pollution alerts, all triggered by a volcanic eruption more than 4,000 kilometers away from India. India is now feeling the ripple effect of Ethiopia's rare Hayli Gubbi eruption as its massive ash plume drifts across our skies. How can distant volcano cause such immediate disruption? Here is a report by Jyoti Shukla.
Imagine waking up to find your flight cancelled, the sky looking strangely hazy, and air quality warnings flooding your phone, all because of a volcano erupting more than 4,000 kilometers away. Yet that's exactly what parts of India are experiencing right now after a massive volcanic eruption in Ethiopia disrupted the atmosphere over the Arabian Sea and the Indian subcontinent. The volcano behind this disruption is Hayli Gubbi, a long dormant shield volcano in Ethiopia's northeastern Afar region. Shield volcanoes like Hawaii's Mauna Loa typically release slow-moving lava rather than towering ash columns, which makes this sudden eruption even more unusual. After lying silent for nearly 12,000 years, Hayli Gubbi erupted on November 23rd. Locals described the moment as feeling like a sudden explosion, with villages in the Afdera region blanketed under layers of ash. For India, the biggest concern is the massive ash plume drifting in our direction. The eruption sent ash shooting up to 45,000 feet, where strong upper-level winds carried it across the Red Sea. Within hours, the plume passed over Yemen, Oman and parts of northern Pakistan before entering India through western Rajasthan. Meteorologists tracking satellite imagery said the cloud was travelling at around 130 km per hour, with the most immediate impact being felt in the aviation sector. Volcanic ash contains tiny particles of glass and rock that can severely damage aircraft engines and reduce visibility. India's aviation regulator, the DGCA, has issued an urgent advisory directing airlines to avoid ash-affected air routes and also adjust flight plans. There's also concern over whether the ash will worsen air pollution in North India, especially with Delhi already battling very poor air quality. Experts, however, say the plume is currently travelling at very high altitude and is unlikely to significantly affect pollution at ground level. The skies may appear hazier and sunlight slightly dimmer, but the main disruption is expected in aviation rather than surface air quality. This rare eruption is a reminder that natural events unfolding thousands of kilometers away can still ripple into our daily lives, darkening skies, grounding flights, and showing just how interconnected our world truly is. With Jyoti Shukla, Bureau Report, India Today Global.
As we wrap up today's show, here is a quick look at the top stories making waves around the world. Donald Trump's envoy heads to Kremlin as Washington pushes a revised Ukraine peace plan, even if Europe doubts Russia's readiness for a real negotiation. Taiwan has unveiled a nearly $40 billion defense package, signaling its firm resolve to counter growing Chinese pressure and strengthen its long-term security. Severe floods across Thailand and Malaysia have left hospitals isolated, thousands stranded and dozens dead, prompting massive helicopter evacuation in the hardest hit southern region. Australia's sweeping social media ban for under-16s faces a major constitutional challenge, as teens argue the law violates their right for political communication. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of Namaste World. From breakthroughs in technology and business to political developments and natural disasters. Stay tuned as we bring you the latest updates, key developments and more from New Delhi to New York. See you again tomorrow at the same time right here on Namaste World.